here.
Okay.
For those who...
What we do here is go back.
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
What's up, Mecha Army? It's an exciting day today, you guys. Exciting day today. And I think there was a bunch of you that actually got the shirt right tonight. I know, Javier, Chris R, Julius, y'all said, shout out to Mecha shirt. So there you go. Yeah. It is a fitting shirt since we're going to be talking about these guys here. We'll get to that. Right? So, yes. The Mecha Decal 001W came in today. Tested them out. They are everything that I hoped for and more. And I am not exaggerating in any shape or way or form or whatever. Because I really think that these are either on par with high-Q decals. Dare I say, maybe just a bit better. Maybe just a bit. I'll let you guys decide. But they're definitely at least on par. They're at that same level as high-Q. We'll do some comparisons tonight, too. That'll be interesting. But before we get into that, I realized that I forgot to turn my lights on, so bear with me. Let me just real quick, because that matters, right? Lights matter. So hang tight. There we go. I don't feel like I'm in a cave. Anyway, so yeah, you guys, really excited to show you this demo for these decals. But first, hey, if you want one of these sweet ass Chowda Mecha shirts, definitely go to www.chowdamecha.com. Hit up the store button up at the top. You will find shirts, hats, and bags, and other stuff. And man, get you some, right? Get you some. If you are interested in any of the tools, materials, and things like that we might work with tonight, depending on how the demos go, check out the Amazon link just below here on YouTube and Twitch. That side, if you're watching on Facebook, it's already curated. Everything's already sourced for you. Most of it's on Prime if you take advantage of that, which I highly recommend that you do because it's awesome. But I get a little bit of a commission based off of the stuff that you buy, so if you would be so kind, that would be amazing. Goes to help the stream. Mike is the perfect example for that. You guys can hear me clearly now, right? Aside from that, I got a thing going on, so I'm going to try to keep the throat clearing down to a minimum tonight, so I apologize in advance. But anyway, if you want kits, or if you want accessories and paints, or the Mecha Decal 001W, you got to hit up our good friends right down here at USA Gundam Store. They're the only place where you can buy the decals, and man, they will hook you up. Definitely. So, with that being said, you guys, let's first, before we get into the demo, I want to give a couple shout outs real quick to a few people that had actually sent me some stuff today. Today was like a big mail day for me. I went past the post office and bunch of stuff in there. So real quick, I just want to give a few quick shout outs and that stuff. Just to some really cool people, right? Just some really cool people. Let's see. Boom, right there. All right, so let's go camera 2, shall we? Wow, look at that. Chris Pabs, Mr. Red Suns with the numbers. Like it's a 1996 like forum profile name, right? What's up with that, Chris? You're killing me here, buddy. But hey, you know what? Chris is awesome because look, check this out. Boom. Look at this thing. He finished his 135th or is this 124th? I think it's 135th. But anyway, his double Zeta bust that he was working on during one of the previous mechanisms. This is really, really good stuff here, you guys. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's awesome, right? Ooh. And the shots that he gets, they're so, like, so good, right? So good. Whoops. Look at that, right? And what? How many? Yeah, okay. Just so nicely done. Look at that back. All the details and everything in there. That's such a great paint job, right? Nice. Anyway, so go follow Chris, right? He sent me this cool Gunpla Builders of Chicago. Good people. Good people. I think Zashawn and I think Chris are both in the chat over there on the good old Facebooks. So shout out to Gunpla Builders of Chicago. Thank you for the sticker, Chris. Appreciate that, buddy. Let's see. Another person that I want to give a real quick shout out to. Boom. This guy right here. Gundamamu. Or Mamu. Yeah. Man, he's doing some pretty big things here, you guys. Because check this out. He's following along on the oh, look at what those are. Look at what those are. Those are the inflation needles. Yes. Those are the inflation needles. Love it. I love that seeing used. I love it. But he's following along with the Four Horsemen of the Mechaopolis, kind of the build series that they're doing. And he's following along, and he's kind of building up that SD Zaku kind of along with him. And it's really, really coming along cool. But that's the first time I saw him use the inflation needles. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. I love seeing that. That gets me hyped. But the big thing that he's doing right now, where is it, is this one just captures my heart right here. This is the one. He's doing an SD Hummingbird. Yeah. I mean, when I saw this right here, I'm done. Subscribe. Easy. I think you should too. Because dude is like a sharing machine too, you guys. Like, he shares like everything from everybody, and it's really, really cool to see the support and the love. But dude's really good, man. Go follow him. He sent me some really cool stuff, right? So you see the little icon right up there, right? He sent me that. How awesome. I mean, that's just really cool to me, you know? But even cooler is he sent me that right there. Now, what this is, and we've been talking about these for a while, because you see me use these guys, right? These little sanding blocks. This is a gigantic sanding block with, his screen name engraved on, and kind of like blue. It's like enameled and everything, and there's like laser engraved, and then you wrote on top of it, and that's cool, man. But yeah, sanding block. This sanding block will never be used. I'm gonna tell you that right now. This sanding block will never be used, simply because he wrote that cool shit on the back for me. So yeah, whoa, shit, about to drop it. But this will never be used, and obviously the stickers will go on the workbench with everybody else's stickers that I got on here, and the bench is getting filled, you guys. I'm serious. So let's see, last one, and then we'll get to the demo. I promise. But you all know him, you all love him, our boy, boom, Mr. Corey DeYonker, Lynx 53 Designs. He's done all the chibis for everyone. And if you haven't gotten a chibi done by Corey, I highly suggest that you do. His prices are insanely reasonable, and he's a wonderful artist. All the chibis that have been done, the Hummingbird, the Ozzy, both airdrop versions were done by him, and he's just the absolute man when it comes to custom artwork for chibis and stuff like that. So go follow Corey. Corey is just absolutely amazing. So here's a kind of a, I guess, like a new style that he's trying, right? Which is pretty cool. I dig it. But then he did a what is this? The 2K giveaway, right? And lo and behold, our boy Awful Adam won the giveaway. So this was Adam's free artwork that he won, which is pretty cool, right? Pretty damn cool. So the other cool thing is that Corey has his own line of kind of original work, right? And he sent me a couple of these stickers as well, which are super cool. He sent me that high-tech Harrow, and then the what is this? The TR6 girl, I believe. But both of these are just awesome. I mean, come on. You can't not like them, right? You have to like them. They're amazing. Corey's amazing. He's a wonderful artist. So I highly recommend you going and picking up his sticker line because they are just that good as well. And the packaging is a really nice touch too. So big shout out to Corey. Big shout out to Chris Pabs and Gundam Mamamoo. Thank you, all of you guys. Thank you for the stickers and stuff like that you guys sent. Very muchly appreciated. Super awesome. All right. So now's the time, right? Now's the time. Let's get into talking about these decals, shall we? Let's first and foremost take a look at the pieces that we've done thus far, yeah? Now, here... Let's get it focused, camera. Come on. You don't want to focus. Anyway. Now we're focused. Okay. So you can see this is basically, 1x right now in the camera. But let's do our super zoom, right? Let's get this lined up in the box. And let's check this out at 5x, yeah? Oh, you guys. Look at that. Look how crispy that is. That is some lovely work, you guys. That is some lovely work. Super crisp. And the cool thing is that you can see there's no silvering under these. You'd be able to see it, especially right there. And the shine that you're seeing right there is the overcoat that actually holds all the ink together, right? So what you're seeing basically is a perfectly applied decal. And that's just with water too. I didn't do anything special to this thing. And I'll show you here in a few minutes. I did not use setter or softener or anything like that. I used straight up water. So that tells me that this decal is amazing quality, first and foremost, right? First and foremost. So, we spin it around and we take a look at the other goodness over here. Look at this. Man, look at how crisp, especially the small type, right? It's super small. Donnie Baxter's over on Facebook. He says, Tim, why did you spell all of your text correctly? There's not even any backwards characters. What the fuck? Sorry, dude. Perfectionist, right? But yeah, and you know what the funny thing is that people people kept saying, dude, just put something in there just as a joke, right? Just as a joke, some English or something like that, right? And I'm like, I can't do it. I could not bring myself to do it, right? Yeah, I think, man, the quality on these, the crispness of these, is just, is super, super nice. Now, these, let's see, let's get a measurement here, shall we? Here's a ruler, yeah? So what, that whole text line is about, I'd say maybe 0.7, yeah, maybe 0.7 at most millimeters high, and then there's a gap in between that, so you're roughly looking at maybe 0.2 millimeters high on that text. Yeah, 0.2 millimeters. Think about that, guys. 0.2 millimeters high, and it's super crisp like that. I'm blown away by the quality, the silk screening of these decals, right? Now, even crazier than that, let's take a look at this piece right here. Now, even on 5X, that's a little bit hard to see, right? So let's get crazy. Let's go 10. Look at that. And just look at how crisp that is, right? It's insanely clear. I am so loving this right now. You guys don't even know. Like, I'm so happy that these came out so well. So, real quick. Okay, so let's see. Again, ruler time. That... Man, and I'm having trouble keeping that ruler steady. That maybe is 0.1, 0.2. Let's do something. Let's do this, okay? So we're gonna pick this up. We're gonna hold this like this, right? Now, this is a 0.15 chisel, right? Let's see how tall. Let's get the chisel spun around. Yeah, that's pretty damn close to 0.15, maybe 0.2 millimeters high again. Like, you guys. I mean, look how crispy and clear that is, right? And the cool thing, and we'll go back out to 5X because I know I know that it's kind of laggy in 10X, but back at 5X, it's smooth video again. But this is the thing, you guys. The way that I designed these particular decals, these rings, is that they're clear inside, right? There's no clear coat in there. So theoretically, you could put these over top a circular detail, like a rivet or something like that, and they'd be perfectly fine, and they'd lay down really, really nice, right? Think about that. Amazing. So, yeah. The quality's good. The quality's amazing, right? All right. So let's get out of Super Zoom. Let's get out of that box. Boom. And here we go. All right. So now, of course, you get this nice sheet of decals. Let's just pull back here just real quick, just to see, just to show you kind of what you get. Now, when you get these in the mail, and I'll put these off to the side, they're going to come like this. They're going to come in a plastic bag. The decal sheet is going to be inside, yeah? So, we take out the decal sheet. And now, over top of the sheet to protect it even more is this nice, you know, kind of almost like a tissue paper type of thing. So, and this is attached at the bottom, right? So even if you cut away at these decals, this thing will still lay over top to protect it. I think that's a great thing that Cartograph, you know, has provided us, right? So your decals are insanely protected. But then obviously you have whoosh, the full sheet, and I know you can't see that on your screen over here. It's just, you're not going to see that. But we're going to get zoomed in, and hopefully you guys can see it here in a minute, right? So let's pull out the sheet that I've already kind of worked on here, and let's get zoomed back in. Woo! And now you can kind of see them a little bit better, right? You can see the hints of it, shall we say, right? But you know, just you get a ton of decals on here, in all sorts of shapes and sizes, and you know, the way that I designed these is I wanted to have them make sense, right? So the one thing that Haikyuu decals, and I love Haikyuu decals, don't get me wrong, the one thing that they were lacking were true, like, you know, panel bolt release, you know, common types of decals like that, right? Things that, you know, you would see on you know, Verkaz and stuff like that, Kotoki models and things, right? And then just some other, you know, plain Jane types of decals that made sense, right? Like, you know, simple warnings and stuff like that. No step warnings, you know, with the little X in the rectangle and stuff like that. You know, they just didn't have those, and it always kind of boggled my mind why, right? But their design more than made up for the lack of logic, right? So that was kind of the approach that I took when designing these things, and I designed them specifically with putting them on, you know, giant robots. That's why they're called Mecha Decals, right? So, you know, you have decal warnings, you have sensor warnings, you have, you know, rotational hazard style warnings, beware of blast, you know, all sorts of things like that, right? You know, warnings, cautions, bewares, all that, right? So that's basically what you're going to get. So let's cut these up and let's get these applied to a piece of plastic. This is our test bed today. Just a piece that I found in the good old parts bin. I think this is from a Zeta 2.0, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe a 1.0. I don't know. But it's a perfect piece of plastic that we can test these bad boys on, and really kind of put these through their paces, right? So, with that being said, what we need our decal sheet, and for this demo, just some water. Just some water. Easy peasy, right? We also need a little makeup sponge. That's what we're going to be using to dry them up and sop up that water. We need a nice sharp hobby knife, and lastly but not least, a nice little pair of tweezers. These are the Ektool tweezers that I really like, so this is what I'm going to use. All right. So, we're going to do a little bit of the bigger decals. We're going to do a little bit of the smaller decals. We're going to kind of really show you what all the variety that you get in this decal sheet, right? So, let's start off with one of these big boys here. Probably one of the bigger decals on this particular sheet. We're going to pull that out and off to the side there. We're going to get a good variety, right? So, we got our water. And all I do, very simply, get your decal in your tweezers, right? Just pick it up like that. And you can kind of see that the the decal's on there. All I do, dip it in the water for just a few seconds. 1, 2, 3. Let that come off of there. And then I've just got like a Tupperware lid, right? And I just place it on there. And now that's still, you can see, there's still a ton of water on there, right? So we're just going to let that sit. And we're going to let that, that glue free up. And we're going to let that release from the decal paper. Now, we're going to put this off to the side for a few minutes. We're going to cut some more decals here. Let's see what else we want to do. Let's get one of these. Let's get one of these guys up here. These are pretty small text right here. Now, alternatively, you don't really need the tweezers. You can just kind of stab it with your knife and do this sort of thing. Just dip it in there. 1, 2, 3. Try it off and pop it over there on your Tupperware lid. You know, just to let it, like I said, let it release. Yeah? All right, so let's get some of these super small ones up here. I really want to see one of these rotational hazard decals right here in action. So let's get one of these guys cut out there, yeah? And, come on, yank that off of there. Get that in the tweezers, get that dipped in the water, and pop it right there on the lid. All right, so now let's get one more. Let's do, actually, let's do 2 more. Let's get one of these. Actually, I take that back. We're going to do 3 more, so hang tight. Let's see. Let's see if I can get all these in one fell swoop here. Like that. Just like that. Okay, so we got 2 on one cut right there. We're gonna let those sit. And then let's go ahead and get one of these rescue decals right here, because this is super small text as well, and I want to see how well those came out. Alright, and that will be it. That will be the last one that we cut from this sheet. Okay. We'll let that sit. Alright, so we cover our sheet back up. We pop this back off to the side, right? And now we're going to bring our little Tupperware lid back over here. Now, from what it looks like, and I've set these in, you know, order of how we cut them. Let's see, this guy looks like he's ready to go. This one as well, this one as well. And these two are starting to free up here at that point too. So let's get this guy off of here. He's ready to go. And now again, this is just straight water, you guys. Just putting it on here with just water. Nothing crazy. No decal set, no decal softener. Straight water. And these are crisp. So damn crisp. All right. So we've got our decal applied here. There's still water under this thing. We have to clean this out. We have to get the excess liquid out of here. So this is where the makeup sponge comes in, right? Now, what I do, very, very simple. Just boom, right on top, press down. That will soak out all the water. It'll push out all the water underneath of it. Wipe any excess away. And there you go. Simply applied decal. Yeah? Simply applied decal. Now, for demo purposes, that's all I'm going to do. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to apply decal set. I'm not going to apply decal softener. This is it. Just straight water. That's how easy these decals are to work with. Oh yeah. Now, mind you, if you were to lay this over, say, the panel line or something like that, then obviously you're going to need some decal solvent, some softener to make those conform and lay down within those panel lines, right? That's a no-brainer. But for this just straight piece, we're not going to use anything. We're just going to use straight water. So now, let's get this other guy off of here. Now these are completely different decals from what I used on the Zaku feet that you saw kind of in the promo image, right? And man, these just do not disappoint at all. Just not even one little bit. Like that, they're just super crisp. They're super, super crisp, you guys. Absolutely insane. Okay, so let's see. Now we've got. Now we're getting into the small ones. These were the bigger ones. Now we're getting into the small guys. All right. So this is really where you kind of have to be careful and kind of take your time with the decals themselves, right? So this is a little rotational hazard warning that we're just going to put right down here next to this pivot point. And rotation hazards like this make so much sense when it comes to giant robots, because you have to think, how many rotational points are there on a Gundam? You got a few in your neck, this way and this way, up and down, kind of all over the place. You have them in your shoulders, you have them in your elbows, in your wrists, in the fingers, in the torso, in your hips, legs, knees, all that stuff. Those are all rotational points that need to be, made aware of for the maintenance staff and people like that are working on the piece. They're working on the mech, right? So these make sense to me for giant robots. They just make a lot of sense. All right, so now we're going to get this sensor warning here pulled off, and we're just going to pop this right up here in the corner. And now, since it's got still a good amount of water, you can still finesse the positioning with tweezers or whatever your tool of choice would be for that, right? Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So now those were small ones. Now we're getting into the super small ones, right? So this one is electrical hazard warning, which again, it's kind of surprising that Haikyuu didn't have something like this, right? Looks like that folded under a little bit. Let's get the eyes on here so we can see exactly what we're doing, right? Oh yeah, that folded under a bit. Okay, so that's something that happens with decals all the time. Some of them fold under, or they fold over themselves, right? Because you're talking about some pretty thin stuff here. Let's see if we can't get that to unfold. Nah, it doesn't want to unfold. Oh well. You guys will get the point once you see this. This is, again, just for demos. I would probably try a lot more to get it unfolded, but for speed and demo purposes, I'm not going to worry about it too much right now. I'm not going to worry about that. All right, so there's one of the smaller ones. Now, here's the real tiny one here. This is the rescue decal. This is basically the ones that you put on the side of the cockpit in the in the event that the mobile suit is gets taken down. Rescue staff can hopefully make out that, oh, that's where we need to go to try to save the pilot, right? Okay. Yeah, nice. All right. So there are our applied decals. Yeah? There's our applied decals. Crispy. Crispy. Yeah? Oh, geez. Text says, mine on my jet folded under, over, around, and straight up curly fried. You know what? That happens. That absolutely happens because, and it happens to new decals too, simply because if you have longer swaths of decal, and then there's like a part underneath of it or on the side or something like that, there's a tendency for it to curl up, especially with that water, because the water is causing tension on all that, and it's gonna curl up. It's one of those things, right? So let's take a look at this thing. Let's take a look at our work, shall we? So let's go 5x, yeah. Boom. Ooh, yes. Oh yeah. All right. So this one right here, you can see it folded over, right? It should say high voltage systems, yeah, but it says high voltage systems, yeah. And then you've got your rotation hazard, which is super crisp. And this one right here, take a look at this, because this is the one that I was really kind of wondering about, because this is the one that had the smallest text. So let's do that good old 10x super zoom, yeah. Boom. Let's see, right there. Okay, so the negative text was a little bit of a problem, but you guys, I mean, check this out. Okay, so again, we're gonna get our chisel in here. That right there is 0.15 of a millimeter. That's roughly about 0.15, 0.20 millimeter in height again. But it's negative text, meaning it's clear as opposed to the white ink, right? So again, I'm not unhappy with that. I think it looks great. But yeah, that's supposed to say rescue there, right? But then you sweep over, sensor and camera, keep clean. Look at these. These are the big ones. Yeah. Yeah. Really, really good looks. Really good looks. All right. So, now let's do this. Let's do something interesting, shall we? I've got an old sheet of Haiku. Let's lay these down right next to these things. Let's compare them, shall we? I haven't done this yet. I have not done a comparison for these. So let's see. Let's take a look and see what we can do here in terms of comparisons. Yeah. Let's go with one of these super small ones. And again, we're going to get our little Tupperware container lid, right? Into the water, onto the lid. Simple, right? Simple stuff. Now I want to try to get some pretty small-ish decals here to really compare. Yeah. So we can really put these things to the test. So let's get one of these little guys right here. Like that. And then let's get some bigger ones so that we can compare sizably, larger decals to larger decals, smaller decals to smaller decals. It's just fair, right? So let's do one of these guys here. Onto the lid to let that glue separate. And let's get one of these kind of octagonal or hexagonal, I should say. That laid down. All right, let's get what do we got? 1, 2, 3. Let's get one more just for numerical sake. Yeah. Let's let's get one of these guys down here. Let's see. What do we get? What do we get? Okay, and I think that'll do it. Basically it's 5-on-5 competition here, right? 5 of our decals, 5 of theirs. I think that's fair, yeah? I think that's fair. All right, so we got these cooking, yeah? We got them marinating. We're gonna set these up against our decals, and we're gonna see which is superior, shall we? I think so. I think so. We'll let them sit here for just a few more seconds. Yeah. Three, two, one, done. All right, so let's start with the big one, the big decal. He's not done releasing yet, so we're gonna go with this guy right here. All right, let's set this up right up against ours here, right underneath, just like that. And again, makeup sponge. Get all that water out of there. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. Oop. Not bad, not bad. All right, let's get one of these little guys off of here because that's what we cut out first. So this should be ready to go. Yep, and it is. Let's push that off to the side. Let the tweezers take over. There we go. All right, so we're going to set this right underneath one of our small decals here. And again, press that water out of there. Get that sopped up, right? Yeah. All right, let's check on this big decal here, see if it's released. It has. Good, good, good. All right, so pop that guy off of there. We're going to set this kind of right above off to the side of ours. And get that water out of there. Oh, shit. That just came right off. I just wiped it right off. That's not good, is it? That's not good. Shit, and it broke. That's not good at all. I'd say that's a point for us right there. I'd say that's a point for us. So, yeah, so the decal, number one, just broke. Actually, it came off with just a little swipe of the, the makeup sponge, just to get all the small excess water off top. And when it did that, it broke the decal. Ripped off. It's just a small part of it. So, yeah, I'd say that's 1 point for us, because ours didn't break. So there you go. But I'm biased. What am I saying, right? All right. So we'll get this little hexagonal decal. Let's get that right there underneath our sensor decal. So I'm already starting to see differences in these decals. I'm already starting to see differences. And I'll show you what I mean here in a moment. But I want to lay this one last decal down here, and then we'll start, we'll zoom in and we'll really start to kind of pick these things apart, right? We'll really, really get nitpicky and decalish and really get into this thing and kind of really get this compared. Yeah? All right. So, there's what we're looking like. There's our collage of decals, so to speak, right? Let's get zoomed in. Let's go 5x, yeah? Let's get our box. Okay, so let's start at the top, shall we? Huh. Well, a couple things. The gloss coat on the Haikyuu seems to be much more shiny than ours, right? You can see it right there, that the darker background on the Haikyuu is much, much more shiny. And I feel it's a little thicker, right? I feel it's a little thicker. But not nearly as strong, because you got to think, right here, right there, is where this decal ripped on us. It's where it ripped. And there's no getting that back on there, unfortunately. There's no salvaging that, right? Now, to me, ours is crystal clear. Much, much clearer. Now, the text on the Haikyuu one is smaller. That, I think, is apparent, right? But even that small, it's still a little hard to read, and I think that I honestly, that might be due to the narrowness of the font that they chose, right? It just doesn't look as crisp. But then another thing that I'm noticing, I'm looking at the lines, right? The segmented lines here and our segmented lines around that side. And you look at it, and ours looks sharper. Look at the corners especially, right? Ours look sharper. The corners are very, very sharp, as opposed to Haikyuu's, which are a little rounded. It almost looks like their decal melted a bit. But that's not the case. That's just the differences in what we're getting at this point, right? And then you look at the boxes here. This one has kind of chevron pattern, and ours is just a diagonal with, you know, some other symbols there. And you can see clear and distinct dark lines through ours where it's a little muddled on the high-Q ones. A little muddled. Yeah. A little muddled. Now, one thing that I'm starting to see, and not necessarily on this one here. This one laid down pretty good, right? It's this one these right here. These right here. And you can see it right around there. You can see the differences. There are spots underneath of the high-Q one, this one here, where there's darker shades and then there are lighter shades underneath of that clear film, right? That tells me that decal is going to silver. Now, you guys just saw I did nothing different when applying these two decals. Nothing different. These both are laid down with simply just water. That's it. Water. Nothing else. But you can see right around there. You can even see that shadowing in the glare too, right? A little bit. And you can kind of see there are the darker spots that I'm talking about. And now those darker spots are going to become apparent on the glare. See what I mean? Right there. You can see the dark spots. And right there in the glare, as I twist this piece, yeah, they're different, right? They're different. So, again, the crispness, I think, is clear. I think the crispness is clear. So, again, point to us. Yeah, I'd say point to us. I'm good with that. Let's go down here to these. Now, let's get in on this one especially. And let's go 10. Let's see if I can't get the focus just a little bit better. And try not to wiggle the camera here. It's hard at 10x to not wiggle the camera. Alright, so that's probably about as good as we're going to get it right now, right? Now, again, their text is smaller than ours. It's smaller, right? But it's just, it's not very clear. Now, I see, I know Biggie Pauls is asking, were they manufactured by the same company? High-Q decals used to be, as far as I know, printed by Cartograph, because back in the day, the early sheets had Cartograph's logo at the bottom. That's the only way that I knew that they were printed by Cartograph. Nowadays, I honestly, I don't know. Because if you look at the paper's different. There are two different shades of paper. So I honestly don't know if they're printed by Cartograph or not anymore. They used to be. That I know for a 100% fact. Nowadays, no idea. No idea. Because they don't have Cartograph's logo at the bottom. Now, mind you, ours doesn't either, so I don't know. But just looking at the quality and the differences in these decals, my suspicion is that they've stopped working with Cartograph for whatever reason. Which, honestly, looking at the comparison boggles my mind. Because why would you not want this quality, right? Honestly, I mean, it does speak for itself. It really does. It just speaks for itself. So let's move on to these guys here. Now, again, their crispness is not to the cartograph level. I will concede that the word rescue in that rescue decal of ours, not the clearest, simply because I think it's negative text rather than positive, and I think that's probably why, because that traditionally is harder to print for your commercial printers, silk screening, things of that nature, simply because of that negative space in there, which isn't surprising. But if you look at the the warning sign, and if you look at the crispness of the arrow, you're going to see major differences between those shapes and the little cross shape that they have there on theirs. So, yeah, I think the difference is clear there, right? So let's take a look at this one. Again, their text is smaller, and it's a thinner font, and there's not as much spacing between the letters. And as a graphic designer, you need to have negative space between letters. That's called kerning. And your kerning needs to be logical, right? Theirs, for the size that they're printing at, it's not great, right? It's not great. For the size that we've printed ours at, it makes sense. It makes sense. And again, you look at the shapes. You look at the crispness in the corners, especially in the crispness in the triangle, as opposed to the crispness on the square and the rectangle, right? And again, you guys, we're viewing at what, 10x, I think, right now? Yeah, we're viewing at 10x right now. And real quick, I know it's easy to kind of get lost in the sauce, but here's a ruler. That decal, that high voltage decal, is maybe, what, about 2.5 millimeters in height. This one is probably right at around 3. So I think the choice is pretty much clear there, right? So, and then you got our rotation hazard, which is just crispy clean. Crispy clean! So there you go, guys. Let's get back to 1X and Kenneth Sims asks, how about against Vertex decal, one designed by Naoki? Vertex decals are not good. I have some of their decals, and they are not clear at all. So I hate to break it to you guys. Their decals are not clear. They're muddy at best. And mind you, you're talking to a guy that is a decal fiend, right? Like, stacks of decals up here, just out of camera, unfortunately. But yeah, Vertex is not good. Probably the next best after Haikyuu, I'd probably say, are the AW, the Steel Spirit, the guys that make the amazing photo etch parts that we've used. Their decals are actually quite nice. They're not nearly as clear as Haikyuu's, but they are a bit clearer than Vertex, and the quality is actually really quite nice. I'm really actually surprised by the quality of their decals. The printing itself, not the greatest. It's good enough, though. It's good enough, yeah? Biggie Paul, so who is the top shelf decals? I mean, I'll let you guys decide that, right? I have my, belief. But I'll let you guys decide. I will let you guys do your own comparisons. Really get in there and see. But do an honest test. Just with water. Lay it down on just bare plastic like we did, and then see what happens. Right? See what happens. So, Julio Ponte says, for real though, different colors? Soon. And different scales. Soon. Trust me. So, Biggie said, Paulie says, Haikyuu is best and yours are better. Wouldn't that make you best? I mean, if that's what people decide, right? If that's what the people decide. Now, again, I think they're better, which would make us technically the best by those standards. Sure, I think that. But again, I'm biased, aren't I? I am. Those are my decals, so they're my babies. So there we go. Julie Stemsky says, how have the sales on the decals been so far? From what I understand, very good. Very good. So, yeah. All right, so you guys, those are Mecha Decals 001W. So I'm super happy with them. Super proud of them. Go pick up your copy today at USA Gundam Store, and yeah, they're in stock, ready to go now. Goro over there on YouTube says, are these going to be available for shipping worldwide? Going to be moving out of US next week? Yes, they are. In fact, Kirk Hill over down there in Australia bought a bunch of them. So yeah, they're definitely available worldwide. Al Cruz, what's up, Al? He's over there on YouTube. Met Al over down there at the Nova IPMS. Good dude. Came in with a very strong model. Several models, actually. So if you don't follow Al, what? You changed your Scream name on Instagram, and I forget what it was. Put it out there for us. Let's let people follow you, right? But thank you for watching, brother. Appreciate it. So, there we go. Get your decals, you guys. Get your decals. Okay. Al says, ver.ac. Ver.ac. Cool. Let's do this. Let's real quick. Let's get you guys hooked up with Al, right? And boom. Ver.ac. Ver.ac. Right? Go follow him, man. Cool dude. And look at this. Look at that. That's a kick-ass little Hazel right there with a snowy backdrop and everything. Yeah. Really good stuff. Brought his awesome little SD Nightingale through. Really cool shit. Really cool. So go follow Al, and look at this. All three of us with our shit-eating grins, right? So you got Al over here, some dumbass in the middle, and then Nickel Models over there on Instagram. He took third place, man. A great bunch of guys. So there you go. Version.ac. Ver.ac. Go follow Al. You won't regret it, trust me. So, good dude, man. Good dude. And he's making this... you know what? Hold on. I just want to show you this one real quick thing. So he's making this cool little Mega Man model, right? The coolest part... Oh, here, hold on. So, he's got the little buster, gun arm thing. And he's clearing it out, puttying it up. popping a little hole on the top, right? And then for that, check this out. Check this out. Watch it. Watch it. Oh, come on. Tell me that's not cool. Tell me that's not cool as shit. I love that. I love that. Yeah. Now, that's a damn good use of an LED right there, if I do say so myself. So, there you go. Go follow Al, man. Good brother. Good brother. All right. Good stuff there. Awesome. All right. Let's get the tape back on here. And, all right. So, let's get caught up with our Zaku, right? Let's get zoomed out all the way so we can kind of see. Now, I've got them put back together just real quick, and we're going to go over some of the changes that were made over the weekend and stuff like that, because I started scribing the head and stuff like that. And so here's our guy. Yeah. Here's our guy. Now, we've got the custom what is it? The power cables that we made, on Friday, I think. And we've got those, it's hard to see here. But we've got, okay, so we've got those terminating into some boxes around the side that are actually the pieces that hold the power cables on the back of the head of the Zaku 2, right? So these are both from donor kits. So thank you, James 2, Spider 2K2. Thank you, Chris R, for your donations of the 2 Zakus. They've definitely come in very, very handy, right? And then on the back here, you can see, kind of the bigger pieces that we've tacked on here. You can see the thruster bells in place. Really good. Really, really good look, I think, right? But let's kind of focus on what we've done thus far with the head, because that's where I spent most of the time this weekend, is working on the Zaku's head and details on that. So we gotta carefully pop that off of there so as not to disturb any of these other pieces and stuff, right? So we're gonna put the body of the Zaku off to the side. Let's get zoomed in so you can see this bad boy. And we may need, excuse me, we may need to get in even a little bit closer than that, because some of these details are pretty small. So let's get super zoomed in, yeah? Al's over there on YouTube. He says, hopefully the 1/100 scale decals sell well so we can get some 144s. It's already in the works. It's already in the works. Yeah. They are selling well. Let's put it that way. They are selling well. I can safely say that there will be more. So there you go. And it's all thanks to you guys. So, all right. So let's get super zoomed in here. Let's get our box popped up there. Let's get 5X in. All right. So now we can really kind of see some of these crispy details, yeah? So let's start right back here. Let's kind of get this. You can see some of the details here that I've scribed into this central plastic piece here. So some of these bigger notches here on the side. We've got kind of a slightly smaller notch here. One right here in the corner to tie it all together. And then you swing this guy around here, and right there we got kind of a nice notch there as well. So I don't know about you guys, but I think notches and panel lines really bring the whole kind of aesthetic together. Yeah. So you look at this, and we've got some 45-degree angles coming up from this corner and from this corner up to a panel line that goes all the way around, and you've got little notches there all the way around that particular line, right? We're just spinning this around. You've got the mirror image on the side there, and my favorite part is right here on the snout. You've got vertical lines going all the way around the circumference of this thing. And then you've got these little 0.3 millimeter notches also going around those panel lines at specifically spaced intervals, right? And then right here on the top that connects to the barrel here, you've got two little notches there. And then my favorite part is the split nozzle, right? I don't know why I did it. I just liked the look, right? So basically all I did, as you can see, let's take the commander fin off here so I can handle it a little bit easier here. All I did was I just basically found the center, right? And then took a hobby saw, just started sawing down into this outer piece and then also the inner frame piece. And once that was solidly and cut in, I just placed a 0.5 millimeter strip of plastic in there, glued it, and then cleaned it up, sanded it down smooth, and it looks pretty good, right? Looks pretty good. So, and you can see, whoop, there we go. You can see how there's a cut-in notch right into there, and that's actually 0.7 millimeter thick notch right there. So it actually gives a little bit of leeway in terms of spacing for this plastic strip, which is only 0.5 millimeter in thickness. Yeah. So yeah, I kind of dig it. So now I know some of you guys are gonna say, "Oh, it looks like a pig. It looks like a pig," and Louis says it looks like Porky Pig. Trust me, I know. But the thing is that sure, it looks that way now, and I'll give you that, right? I will give you that. But wait till it's primed. Wait till everything is the same color. Wait till it's just in primer gray, and trust me, I think it'll look good. And if it doesn't, we'll change it. It's not a big deal because we didn't, other than cutting the strip in here, what did we do to this thing? Nothing. We scribed in 2 notches there. It's easily changeable if I don't like it. So what? Not a big deal, right? Not a big deal. Mega says the primer brings it all together. You're damn right it does. It brings it all together. 100% it brings it all together. And that's the one thing that a lot of people have, what I find a lot of people have trouble getting past when they're doing customizations, you know? They see the different colored plastics and they see this and they see that and they're like, "Oh my god." Trust me. It all comes together. And that's usually when primer's laid down. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good, right? Kurt Hill, you're going to paint the metal parts. Very good question, Kurt. These metal parts are not going to be the ones that I actually use. These are just basically mock-ups to get spacing and stuff like that. I actually made an order on Taobao last night for some new power cables, ones that I really, really like, and then also a couple tools and things, and just some other things you get off Taobao. A lot of photo etch, and some decal sheets from some other folks. I wanted to kind of take a look at theirs. Evo, especially the fine folks that made the little conversion feet that Julius sent us. Thank you again, Sarge. Appreciate that, buddy. But yeah, so I want to take a look at their decals because those look pretty nice. He's got some original designs and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm a decal fan. You know, even beyond me making my own, I like to see other people's. I appreciate good design, right? So, yeah. That's the thing. Cheers. Excuse me. All right. The Georgia says, at least it doesn't look like a frog no more. Or the bike helmet. Yeah. Whew. The bike helmet, man. You know, in my defense, the bike helmet, it was coming from a good place. But then once it was on there, and somebody had said it looked like a bike helmet, out the window. What are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? But this one, I already, you know what? I already called the shots. I already said, like, even before, like, when I was doing this, the split snout, even before that, I'm like, okay, somebody's going to say this looks like a pig. Somebody's going to do it. And lo and behold, comes Luis, and he says, dude, it looks like a pig. I knew it. But that's, you know what? That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Yeah. Julie Stemsky says, I got some of those Evo Studio decals. I have not put them on anything yet, but they look good. Nice. Excellent. Yeah, I ordered a bunch of them. Probably too many, but anyway. Brandon 56 or 5269, he says, what website is that? Taobao? Never heard of it. Oh. Brandon. You have asked the wrong question, my friend. There we go. You're getting answers. Taobao. So, for Brandon, let me take a few seconds here, you guys, and let me explain to Brandon. Let's talk to Brandon for just a few seconds and explain the gloriousness of Taobao. So, Brandon, where should we start? Think of every single modeling thing, accessory, tool, model kit, bootleg, conversion, everything that you could think of available in one marketplace. That's what Taobao is. Taobao is basically it's a marketplace. It's similar to, say, like Amazon. It's almost like a mix between Amazon and eBay, right? Vendors have their own unique pages, their own stores, if you will. They sell their products and stuff, right? Now, mind you, the entire site's in Chinese, so, you know, you're going to have to use, like, Google Chrome to auto-translate, you know, the thing and stuff like that. And also, too, it's pretty difficult to buy directly through Taobao for, you know, an English speaker. Let's put it that way. But there are services, third-party brokerage services that are extremely, extremely reasonable and offer amazing, amazing levels of customer service. The one that I use is called Behiner, Bhiner, Behiner.com, right? So basically, you go on to Taobao, you find the product that you're looking for, you copy the URL, you paste it into Behiner's search bar, and then it'll bring up kind of an English-fied equivalent of a page, right? And then from there, you can add it to your cart. Now, what that brokerage firm will do for you is purchase it on your behalf, have everything. You can order from multiple vendors, have everything from those multiple vendors collected at their warehouse in China. They box it up into one box, and then they send it right to you. There are handling fees, there are shipping fees to their warehouse, but honestly, the things that you can find on there are so inconceivably inexpensive that the incremental costs you don't even think about. Let's put it that way. So, for example, what, like, say maybe, let me see. What can I show you guys that will probably be equivalents? Okay, so for instance, Kotobukiya parts, right? These little guys. These are if you go on to like say Hobby Search, you can get these for like $2.30, $2.50, right? On Taobao, they make bootleg ones that are half the price, right? Now, mind you, that may not be the best example in the world, but it gives you an example of what you can get on there. Like for instance, I got this is a great example actually. Tamiya Quick Type Epoxy Putty. You guys know it. You guys, I know I love this stuff. I swear by it all the time. I'm starting to get a little low on my 100-gram box here, so I bought another one. Now, I got this one in Japan. I paid 1480 yen, which is roughly about 14 bucks. On Taobao, I paid 11.99. So, there you go. And it's legit Tamiya stuff, you know, the whole 9 yards. So you can find some really, really good deals on there. Brandon wants to know, how long is shipping usually to the US? It depends on your shipping method. You can pay a lot less, but it takes a lot longer, or you can pay a lot more, and you can get it very quickly. So you have options from, you know, your normal UPS, DHL, FedEx, excuse me, your normal United States Postal Service, your China Small Packet, your EMS, the different shipping methods. Right, and Benny says just not the same quality either, right? So Taobao has their economy shipping, and that's kind of what I did on my first order with them. Probably a mistake on my part, because like I've said many, many times before, the box that it came in, I imagine, was square-ish, rectangular-ish, cubed in shape before it left Beehiner. But when it got to my door, it was more like a basketball. Now, mind you, everything inside was perfectly fine, but still, it was round and spherical instead of a cubish shaped geometry. Now, again, you don't have to decide right away your shipping. So what happens is, you put the stuff in your cart, and then you request a quote from Taobao. Taobao then reaches out to the different vendors, and they basically say, hey, is this in stock? Vendors reply to Beehiner, not Taobao. Sorry, I said Taobao, I meant Beehiner. The vendors reply to Beehiner, and they will say yay or nay, right? All the quotes come back in. If there's no errors or anything, you can pay for it right on the spot. If there's any errors, like something's out of stock or something that can't be shipped, there will be notices, and Taobao will refund you the money, or they will ask you a question. Hey, do you want to maybe switch colors or something like that? I tried to get Tamiya lacquers, and Taobao has a big rule saying you can't ship liquids, right? So I tried to order them. They saw that and they nixed it right away. They refunded my money immediately, which was nice. And what are you gonna do? You can't get liquids through Taobao through Beehiner. It's the one thing, and it's because of international shipping standards. That I get. But then I also picked up a chisel sharpener. It's actually like a mount that you place your chisel in, and then you can sharpen it on like a diamond pad or something like that. So I picked up one of those, but the color that I requested was not in stock, evidently. And they messaged me saying, hey, we can either refund your money, or we can change to this other color. Which would you prefer? And I was just like, fuck, I don't care about the color, just give me that. So I said, switch to the other color. They're like, rock and roll, done, easy peasy. So yeah. it's pretty cool. So once you pay for it, then everything gets set into motion. The vendors ship all of your products directly to Beehiner. Beehiner will ship or will send you a picture of the products when they receive them, and then once they receive everything, they'll pack it up. They'll say, hey, this is ready to go. Let's choose your shipping. You have the ability to choose from a long laundry list of shipping options. From, again, very inexpensive to really fucking expensive. And, you know, it depends on your speed, and it depends on the shipping, the quality of the shipper that you want to choose as well. For me, I think this time I'm going to try DHL and just see kind of how it goes. FedEx, UPS, EMS, they are options, but they're usually a little bit more expensive. But DHL has a deal with Beehiner where they get discounted rates. So I've had luck with DHL. They're not UPS, they're not FedEx. I get that, but I'll give them a shot. You know, we'll see. You know, we'll see. So once you choose your shipping, you input that. They pack it up, they ship it out to you, and you wait however many days to get it to your front step. Simple as that. Lots of steps. Now, mind you, if you have any questions or concerns or anything like that between any stages of that process, you can simply message Beehiner, and they will reply to you lickety-split, too. Now, mind you, have to recognize the time differences in terms of the U.S. and to China. So it'll usually be overnight when they respond to you. But, man, they are Johnny on the spot. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I've had questions about pre-orders, and I've had questions about, you know, back stocks and things like that, and they've answered every single one of my questions. And if they couldn't, they'd reach out to the vendors and get an answer and then relay that back to me in English, which is another great thing because they can translate everything for you. And if you have a question, say for the vendor, right, you can send it to Beehiner, and then they will ask it on your behalf too, which is super convenient, right? So yeah. That is the beauty of Taobao. So, there you go. Brandon, I'm sorry to do that to you. You'll probably end up spending a lot more money than you wanted to. What are you going to do? You're the one that asked, bud. Good luck with it. Oh, cheers to Taobao. Julio Ponte says, does Beehiner charge you? Yes, you pay Beehiner because they charge you for the handling fees and the brokerage fees and stuff like that, and then they place the orders on your behalf. So yeah, yep. So once you get into it, it's a pretty simple setup. They will help guide you in every step of the transaction. I've done it once before, spent like $300-$400 on, you know, a single order, but I got a ton of stuff. Like most of this was like my first order from Taobao, yeah, and it's so worth it. It's so worth it. Julio says, how much more for their service? Let's see. Let me see. Let me bring up my current order, and I'll tell you that, you know, based off of what I got, right? Let's see. Let me bring it up here. Hang tight, you guys. Sign in. All right. So cool. So they've got two. I've got 2 unread messages. Oh, okay. So those were from before. 2 items. Those were the paints that were refunded, so that's not big. That's just that's stuff I've already seen. All right, so let's see here. Let's see if it shows the agent. Okay, so all right, so for those of you guys wondering, my subtotal in US dollars was $142.10. Their agent service fee was $7.90. The domestic shipping fee for all items to Beehiner was $8.74. So my total was $158.74 that I paid before shipping to me. So that's not bad. So, you know, $142 and some change minus $158 and some change, you're looking at what? $16 difference? Yeah, $16 difference for their fees and for domestic shipping to them. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, you got to think, for the money that I'm saving on those products, forget it. Forget it. So, Lil A's heading off. Have fun. So yeah. So Taobao is a dangerous place. Now, the one thing that I think keeps people safe is that they can't find the vendors easily. I've got a list of vendors that I look at and use and, browse and stuff like that. So if you need kind of a starter list of vendors, just reach out to me. Just email me and I'll email the list back to you. It's in PDF. So, can't do it through like fucking Instagram or something like that. But just email me through chowdermecha.com. And if you guys need the list, I'll be happy to send it to you. Like I said, it's just in PDF form, and I think it's updated to match my current list of vendors. Some really good ones. So like we've talked about, we've talked about CJ Hobby, right? CJ Hobby has their own Taobao site, store, page, whatever. So you can buy directly from them. You can also buy directly from Evolution Studios. You can buy directly from Side 3 Studios. You can buy directly from I forget the other metal parts vendor. I forget. Anyway, you can buy. You can find a lot of different stores on there. G Temple is another one that has their own Taobao page that you can buy directly from. You can even find, and I hate to say this, you guys, because this is the most dangerous part. You can find P Bandai on Taobao for very good prices. I know one of my friends, Shane, who the Daft Robo on Instagram, bought one of the earlier versions of the Hazel P Bandai Master Grade on there, and yeah, I think he got it for like $60, and I think that was after shipping. So, yeah, so it's dangerous, man. It's dangerous. So it's one of those things that you really, really got to be careful, because you'll spend money real quick. Kenneth Sim, how about refund policy after received? Honestly, I've never had to seek a refund after receiving product, so I'm sure that you'll probably have to. I'm sure it'll probably have to. It'll be a case by case basis, right? Depending on what happens and what the circumstances are. So I can't really say, for instance, right? But beyond Taobao, especially for P Bandai, I mean, you guys have folks on here like Dwidget, Therno Hobbies and Games over there on Facebook. Check him out. He can find stuff for your lickety split, right? So check out Dwidget. There he is. He's in the chat. Message is getting clapped. I think it's by the people. I'm not doing it. Yeah, I don't know. I see Julius and Dwidget had message redacted, so what's up with that? I don't know. Anyway, but they typed it back in. I don't know if they did that. Did you guys do that yourselves? I don't know, because it looked like they might have not finished the sentence exactly right. So anyway, but all right. So you guys, we got what, 15 minutes left? Yeah. Oh yeah, Dwidget says, yep, didn't finish the message. So what are you gonna do? But yeah, man, check out Dwidget, man. Thurno Hobbies and Games over there on Facebook. He can definitely find that much hard to find kit, accessory, whatever for you. He'll hook you up, definitely. So yeah, there you go. Brandon asks, what do you think of Bluefin bringing P Bandai to the States? I think it's about time. I think it's long overdue. I don't know. I'm not too hype on the first two that they're bringing over. The what is it? The Shenlong with the giant sword, and then the what is it? The real grade Toggies 3, I think are the two selections. They're just not my preference. I know a lot of people love those. Don't get me wrong. I know a lot of people love them. I'm not into them personally. You know, you guys know I'm not a fan of real grades, so that's out the door immediately. And then the Shenlong or whatever with the giant sword, it's just not my thing. I'm not too deep into the Wing Gundams. I'm more of a UC guy. So there you go. Yeah. So there you go. JD, you're killing me. He says, Tim, Game of Thrones. All right. Real quick, I'm gonna give it to you guys straight, and I'm not gonna spoil anything for you guys. I am in the small minority that really loved the ending. I loved the ending. Because if there's one thing that you guys need to remember about A Song of Ice and Fire, is that heroes do not get rewarded. Heroes do not get rewarded. This is not fucking Disney, you guys. This is not a Disney fairy tale ending. This is fucking Game of Thrones. Y'all knew it from the beginning. I mean, from the beginning. When Bran got pushed out the window by Jaime Lannister, and he looks at Cersei, he's like, the things we do for love. Poof. I mean, not only did you had like fucking incest in one scene, but you also had attempted child murder. How much darker could you get? Right? I mean, come on. So to think that this would end on a walk off to the sunset type of deal, sorry you guys, I didn't expect that in the least. Now, mind you, don't get me wrong. Would I have wanted a fairy tale ending? Would I have enjoyed a fairy tale ending? Yeah, sure. But I was very satisfied with this ending. Very satisfied. I think what happened to everybody, and again, I will not spoil it. What happened to everyone was appropriate for their characters. Yeah. It was appropriate for their characters. So there you go. Freddie says not satisfied with who ended up on the throne. But, I mean, who better? Who better? Who better than who ended up on the throne? Who better? Name me one person. Who better? put Tyrion on the throne? Come on, man. Do you really think the people of Westeros would follow, an quote-unquote, using show terminology, would you really think they would follow an imp? No. No. They would never. No matter how smart and no matter how tactile and conniving and intuitive Tyrion is, people would never have followed him. Never in a million years. No, man. No. They never would have followed him. Never. Never, ever, ever. Julio says they're already following him. He can convince a small number of people very easily. That I'm absolutely convinced and I will defend, right? But when you're talking about the 6 kingdoms, I mean, you saw in one of the past seasons, you saw the puppet show of, the Lannisters and stuff like that, about, the king and the queen and everything like that. And I mean, it was not favorable. How bad do you think it would be having Tyrion on the throne? How bad do you think the talk amongst the people would be? Oh, there'd be open revolt inside of 4 or 5 years. Easy. There'd be rebellion after rebellion trying to take the Iron Throne. Because other lords of different houses, of potentially strong houses, would see that and see that, oh yeah, no, this dude's nothing, right? Now, mind you, the person that's on the throne right now, somewhat similar, but very different. Very different. And I don't want to give this away. I don't want to give away the ending or whatever. But that person has an extremely, extremely strong circle around them. Like an insanely strong circle around them. Yeah. I mean, all that person has to do is call on you-know-who from you-know-where. Come on. Rebellions are squashed, right? 'Cause nobody wants to mess with them. New independent country? Nah. Come on. So, yeah. No, I thought it was great. I enjoyed it. I thought every character ended up the way that they should have ended. Yeah. I think that's... I truly believe that. Now, was it told in such a way that it was rushed and all that this season? Yeah. Lots of mistakes this season. And you could see that in the production value. I mean, hell, in the second episode, the Starbucks coffee cup, and then in last night's episode, the 2 water bottles still on set. It's just disappointing, rushed production value. Yeah. That I'll absolutely agree with. But like I said, I thought the way that it ended, I thought it was sensible. I thought it was sensible, and I thought it fit with the tone of the overall show. Yeah. Freddie Torres, they really should have done the 4 extra episodes that HBO wanted him to give them. I mean, yeah, you know what? I will, hell, give me 4 extra seasons. You know what I mean? Give me 10 extra seasons. I don't care. I'll still watch. I'll keep watching. Even when it was bad, it was still really, really good. I don't give a shit what you guys think. Because even at Game of Thrones' lowest point, still way better than probably 90% of what's on TV. Easily. So I think we as fans honestly have been spoiled a little bit by the quality of the show, especially in the first 4 or 5 seasons. Yeah. So the last few seasons, did they feel a bit rushed? Did they feel a little ham-handed? Yeah, sure. I'll agree with that. But last night I thought was a beautiful ending. Yeah, I thought it was a beautiful ending. So there we go. Now, the one thing that I will say is before, and if you guys missed it, before Game of Thrones came on, they aired the Westworld Season 3 teaser. Oh my god. I want to sit on my couch until the day that it comes on. I am that excited about Westworld. Yeah. Oh, dude, Julio, you gotta go look it up. Yeah, Aaron Paul is, I guess, one of the leads in this season, and I think it looks amazing. Because it's basically out of it, from what it looks like, and we could be completely wrong. It could be a complete, throw off. It looks like it's completely removed from the Westworld Park. Yeah. It looks like it's completely removed from the Westworld Park. So, number one, it completely caught me off guard because I'm watching this and I'm seeing this futuristic city with Aaron Paul, like, doing petty crimes and stuff and robbing places and everything like that. And I'm like, oh, damn, this looks cool. Yeah, I'll watch this. Dude, Aaron Paul? Come on. Yeah. Mr. White? What? Jesse Pinkman? Yeah, I'll watch that. I thought it looked great. But then, at the very, very tail end of the thing, you see this woman kind of struggling in this kind of underground kind of, it's not, maybe not underground, but kind of like a covered sidewalk, right? Like a sidewalk going underneath like a road or something like that, you know what I mean. You see her kind of struggling with her hand up against the wall, and she's kind of like stumbling all over and everything, and Jesse Pinkman comes up to him, and mind you, I know his name's not Jesse Pinkman in the fucking show, but I just call him Jesse Pinkman because that's what I know him from, right? Mr. White, oh my god, that first episode, I will never forget him saying, Mr. White. If you guys haven't seen Breaking Bad, what are you thinking? Go back and binge that thing because it's so totally worth it. Such a good series. But anyway, I digress. So you see Evan Rachel Wood's character kind of stumbling and bumbling, and you don't see her face because she's kind of looking down like this, and it's in the shadows, right? And Jesse Pinkman comes up. He's like, Miss, are you okay? Just seeing what, if she needs help. She looks up, and it's her. And we're like, oh, no. And it fades to black, and boom, Westworld logo comes up. And then the cool thing is it shifts to like this, 3, the Roman numeral 3, right? It was a mind blower. Absolutely mind blowing. What's up, Craig? Craig Flynn's in the house. Flynn Burger. Very late, but what's going on, dude? Dude, Craig, we rewinded because we did a Mecha Decal demo, and we compared them to Haikyuu decals, and I think you'll like the results. Yeah, I think people will like the results. I like the results. Let's put it that way. But now we're just shooting the shit, talking about TV until probably a few more minutes until we end. But we were talking about Game of Thrones real quick, with no spoilers. And then now we're kind of talking about the Westworld trailer. So yeah. Now Dwidget said, "Hey Tim, have you heard of Badlands? I think Into the Badlands." The show that was what was it? 4 or 5 seasons? Yeah, I actually watched that from beginning to end. I liked it. It was a bit campy. Some of the episodes were just like, and it was just you know, it was kind of your futuristic, post-apocalyptic, you know, stylized martial arts samurai meets ninja kind of deal. I liked it. It was alright, but it wasn't nearly like Game of Thrones or anything like that. So it was alright. It was alright. The first few seasons kind of dragged on a little bit, and then it kind of started to pick up a little bit, and then one of the good guys became a bad guy, and it was just like, what the shit is all this? And then, you know, kind of like the main villain came into play, like the end of the season before the last one, and it was just, it was alright. It was alright. It was just okay. Let's put it that way. It was just okay. Yeah. Half-Sight says, all I want is a new Highlander series. Yeah. I could get down with a decent Highlander series. There can be only one, right? As long as Sean Connery's in it, I don't give a shit what else happens. As long as he's like in the first episode, and I don't care if he's in any other episode, I just want him in one episode. Just fucking one episode. That's it. One episode. With his fucking fancy hat and everything. Oh, come on. Tell me how badass that would be. It'd be amazing. It would be amazing. Freddy Torres waiting on the final season of Mr. Robot. Yeah, me too. Me too. Spider2K2, James 2.0 says, I'm interested in seeing Star Trek Picard. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do that. I have to just download it anyway. So, what are you going to do, right? Julio Ponte says, I am immortal. I have inside me the blood of kings. Okay. Julio, you're quoting Queen. Why are you quoting Queen right now? I love Queen, don't get me wrong. It's just funny. Bry Guy says, I just want Son of Zorn back. I saw previews to that, but I never got into it. Never watched it. Half-Sight says, saying I'm a Spaniard in a Scottish accent. Damn right. I don't know. I don't care what you guys say. Sean Connery's the fucking man. Whatever. Brandon says, have any plans to come back to Michigan soon? I don't, man. I don't. The reason why I was up there was for work. So work doesn't take me up there very often. Ever, actually. So I don't expect to be back anytime soon, unfortunately. I would love to be up there. I would love to come back, especially to Galactic Toys. Zach and the gang up there were amazing. But unfortunately, I don't see it in the future at this point. Sorry. Legion is coming back. Man, you talk about a show that I never got into. I tried to watch the first season of that show, and that was just poo-poo, like straight garbage. Like hot garbage, too. Kenneth Sims, Tim should check out the Netflix series Dark. Interesting, I've never heard of it. Julio Ponte says it was the theme song from the show. Oh, trust me, I know. That Queen song, it was great. Princess of the Universe by Queen, yeah. Let's see. JD says, maybe use James McAvoy as Picard. Could be interesting. Freddy Torres says Dark was awesome. There's another one, right? Julio is the offspring of Freddie Mercury's ghost. Wow. Okay. Al Cruz says, I heard they are making a new RoboCop movie. Really? It's going to be a straight sequel to the first movie and will ignore all others. Good. I'm glad. Because the second and third one were straight doo-doo. Now, mind you, I was, again, probably one of a very small minority of people that actually liked the reboot that they did here several years ago. The one with Michael Keaton. And I forget the guy's name, the lead. Joel Kinnaman. I liked that one. I thought that was really well done. I I respected it, right? What are you gonna do? Can't win them all, right? Spire2K2 James says they got Patrick Stewart back. Oh, it's Picard. Yeah, isn't this happening like after his Federation years or something like that? From what I understand, I don't know. Anyway, Julio Ponzi says, "LOL, I need a Freddie Mercury stash from you, Tim." Dude, you can work on that on your own, bro. You're not getting it from me, nah. Mind you, Freddie Mercury was the fucking man. I don't care what anybody says. JD says, "Oh shit, I didn't know they got him to come back." Oh yeah. Al Cruz says it's being directed by the same guy that did District 9 and Chappie. What? Ooh shit. What's his name? Oh, what's his name? I'm a fan of his too. Like his YouTube channel is so good, but he hardly ever posts anything anymore. Shit, somebody help me out. Who did Chappie and who did District 9? I forget the guy's name. He's the dude's from South Africa. Neil Blomkamp. Thank you, JD. Neil Blomkamp. Yeah. Oh my God! Like a RoboCop movie from Neil Blomkamp. Shit. Now, mind you, a RoboCop sequel based in South Africa. That would be awesome. That would be super, super cool. I would watch that, hands down. Like, done. I'd watch it. Yeah. I'd absolutely watch it. Because, I mean, you got to think, like, Chappie and District 9 were both based in South Africa, where he's from, right? And I like that kind of environment. That environment with the robotics and everything is such a cool contrast, right? Oh, man. If only. But yeah, that would be cool as hell, man. That would be cool as hell. Yeah, Blomkamp did Elysium as well. Yeah. Nice. Dweej says, right, I'm off to do business stuff. Let me know if y'all looking for something. Also having a sale on inventory this week. Nice. Go hit up Throno Hobbies and Games if you're interested on Facebook there, you guys. Bry Guy says, I just want a new season of Chef's Table on Netflix. See, I'm not too into the cooking shows myself. I used to be into Hell's Kitchen, right? Before it kind of became cliche. It's like, whatever. Let's see. Brandon5269, time to go waste time and money. USA Gundam first stop, then Taobao. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, Brandon's wallet. My fault. Spider2K2, if Neil Blomkamp does a reboot to Masters of the Universe, I'd watch it. I mean, I'd watch pretty much any movie that Neil Blomkamp does, to be honest with you, because all his movies are pretty damn awesome. All of them are pretty damn awesome. Yeah. Bry Guy says, it's more of a documentary on famous chefs and their origins. Really? I didn't know that. Now I might have to check it out. So thank you, Brian. Appreciate that. Freddy Torres says, all the cool shit gets taken away from him. Halo, Alien, and now RoboCop. Yeah, well, what are you going to do, right? Some people just can't see the vision. Julio says, you see Oat Studio stuff on YouTube. Yes, that's his YouTube channel that I was talking about. I couldn't remember the name of that either, so... It's been a while since he actually posted on there, unfortunately, but the stuff that he has posted on there have just been crazy. Brandon says, hopefully see you degenerates Wednesday stream night, everyone. Nice. Yeah, it was Blomkamp's. Yeah. Heard He-Man getting a movie very soon. Dude, He-Man's been getting a movie very soon for the last 6 years. Yet here we are, twiddling our thumbs, waiting for a He-Man movie, right? Hoping that it's not another Dolph Lundgren Frank Langella shit show. Ooh, hey. Mangle Kayamitsu. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. Welcome to the Mecha Army. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. So Sean's over there on Facebook. He says, gotta check out his master's list. I think that's what it's called. His master's list? Who? Blomkamp's? I don't know. Where are you going with that, Sashan? I don't know. Freddy Torres, those God clips are awesome and dark. Oh, the one, yeah, the one where what's his face is playing God. Yeah, okay. For some reason, it didn't make sense. Hey, Fiery25123, thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. You've been a part of the Mecha Army, so I don't gotta thank you for being new, but you're here. And for the follow, look at you, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. That's awesome. That's awesome. Sweet. JD says, well, get Flash Gordon before He-Man, sadly. You know, if you guys haven't seen, like, the 80s Flash Gordon movie, you have to. Go in with a very open mind, because it's so campy. It's so over the top, badly campy. Like, it's just so 80s. It's so 80s, but it's 80s in a good way, if that's a thing, right? Flash, save every one of us. Queen, you know, the Queen did the Flash Gordon song. Oh, man. Like, it was like, what was it, like 1983? You really could not get any more 80s than the Flash Gordon movie. You really couldn't. Like, bad green screens, bad, practical effects, just, super over-the-top, weird costumes and everything. It was so good it's bad. And it's not like The Room bad. Like, it's still good, right? But it's bad. So, there you go. There's a present from Uncle Tim. Go watch that. Let's see. Chris Pab says, quick note, I'll be out of the country for the next 2 weeks, so no Gunpla-related posts from me on Facebook or Instagram. Dude, you can't get out. You can't go out of the country. We got Mechanism this week. Come on. What are you doing? Hopefully you're going someplace cool. You going over to England or something? Where are you going, Chris? Wherever you're going, be safe, dude. Al Cruz says, how do you guys feel about the live-action Gundam movie? We don't know much about it. Until I know more, like, who's actually directing and who's, like, producing. Actually, I think we know who the writer is. I think. Pretty sure we know who the writer is. But yeah, until we hear, who's on the cast, who's writing, who's producing, I'm gonna reserve judgment until that point. So, we'll see. Let's see. Spider2K2. Anyway, guys, have a good night. See you, James. Thank you for watching. Fiery over there on Twitch. Anytime I joined IG because of you. Oh, see. Thank you, dude. Appreciate that. That's cool. Kenneth Sim, John Wick 3, anyone? I've heard nothing but stellar reviews about John Wick, and I absolutely am a huge John Wick fan. I love John Wick. They've already greenlit a John Wick 4. That gets a thumbs up from me every day of the week. I don't care, right? Tim, don't forget it was a storyline plot to both Ted movies. What was? I missed something. I don't know. Ricky Paul Carlson. Sparkler effects. Cool. Ransley Clark's over there on Facebook. Buckaroo Banzai. Deep cut. That's a deep cut. I loved Buckaroo Banzai. And the Adventures into the Ninth Dimension or something like that. There was more to the title than just Buckaroo Banzai, right? But I loved it. I loved every campy, shitty moment of that movie. It was so good. So good. And there were so many people in it too, right? Buckaroo Banzai was the best. I will still watch that to this day. I will absolutely watch it. Whenever it's on TV, I will flip it on. I'll be like, oh, Buckaroo Banzai. Psh, done. Yeah. Julio Ponte says, go watch Gentlemen Broncos. See, I've never gotten into Gentlemen Broncos. I know they're funny as shit. I've never gotten into it yet. I haven't, not that I've watched it and haven't gotten into it that way. I've just never had a chance to actually sit down and watch it yet. So there you go. Bry Guy, can't wait for Grown Ups 3. Get out of here, man. Grown Ups 3. Julio Ponte, Chris, take a bunch of photos before you leave and post regularly, for real, right? Let's see, Freddy Torres, tune to see who's going to pass out this week on Mechanism, right? Should be fun, right? Holy shit. Chris Pab says, Japan and the Philippines, so maybe some Gunpla stuff. Come on, man, you know you're gonna post some Gunpla stuff from Japan. You can't not, right? Spider 2K2, James 2.0. Unfortunately, I won't be able to watch Wednesday's or Friday's show. Work this week is hectic, so I don't have the time. Aw, man, that sucks, dude. That's too bad. Gundam Dream Marsala was good. They're making a fourth. Yes, hyped for John Wick. Fiery says. Zashan says there's also a John Wick spin-off show coming. Really? I did not hear about that. Al Cruz says Gentlemen Broncos is a hidden gem. I've heard that from so many people, right? Sprite 2K2, Flash Gordon was mentioned in both Ted movies. Anyway, now I'm tabbing out. Nice. Oh, it means Flash was in Ted 1 and 2. It's been so long since I've seen the Bill and Ted movies. I don't even remember. Rob Umbara, he's over there on YouTube. He says, love the eagle people from the Flash Gordon. I know, right? With the bad flappy wings and everything. Oh, and the even worse green screen effects when they were actually flying. So incredibly badly good, right? So incredibly badly good. So, Gundam Dreamer, can't wait for Spider-Man Far From Home. Yeah, that looks good, right? That looks good. Julio says, Ted, the Marky Mark flick. You lost me, Julio. I'm sorry, buddy. You lost me. Zashan says, no, the Ted Bears movies. Oh, like Ted. Okay. Oh. Okay, now it makes sense. Ted, the Marky Mark flick. Okay, Julio, now I get your reference based off of Zashan's, the Ted Bear movies, Mark Wahlberg. Oh. You know what? In my defense, it's been a while since I've seen both franchises, so... And I really didn't care for the Ted movies all that much. They were just kind of, So, anyway. Bry Guy says, wish you came to M&M this past weekend, Tim. It was awesome. I heard it was awesome. I've seen videos. I've seen pictures. It looked amazing. But I think I had a better time here spending it with my amazing wife doing honeymoon stuff. Doing anniversary stuff, right? We had an awesome dinner and just kind of day out on Saturday. We pawned off the kid to another family so she can spend the night over at one of her friends' house on Saturday. Dude, and we just chilled. It was great. It was so good. Exactly what you need on a 16th wedding anniversary. Yeah, exactly what you need. So, no, it was great. It was great. I enjoyed that, and I'll be honest with you. Yeah, it was good. It was a good weekend. It was a good weekend. Got a lot of time to, work on the project and things like that, and yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Fiery says, and that was Chris's TED Talk. Nice. TED Talk. I get it. I see what you did there. Gundam Dreamer, sounds amazing, bro. Glad you had enjoyed. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bry Guy, of course, happy wife, happy life. You damn right with that. Don't get it twisted. For all you young guys out there that aren't married yet, always remember that saying, because nothing could be more accurate than that. I am telling you now. I am absolutely telling you now. So, if you're not married, vet that chick. Make sure she's the one. But once you put a ring on it, happy wife, happy life. It's very accurate. It's very, very accurate. So, you keep her happy and you'll be happy. Done. Trust me. Take the advice from Uncle Tim. Trust me. Oh, man. Craig says, 16 years? Nice, man. Our 15th is this year. Dude, congratulations, buddy. That's awesome. That's awesome. Craig Flynn. Mr. Flynnberger. Zashan says, the John Wick show is called Peninsula. It's about the hotel. Wick will make cameos. Interesting. I like the idea of that. I like the idea of the hotel where the assassins are. I think that's a great piece of lore in that film series. And I think you could really maximize storytelling, making it a location-based kind of story. I really like that. I will, wherever that is, I will watch. Hands down, I will watch. Damn right. Bry Guy says, hello, I know my heart since I have been engaged for 5 months now. You're coming up on it, dude. You're coming up on it. It's make or break time, Brian. It's make or break time, boy. Come on. If you're in it to win it, yeah. If you're in it to win it, happy wife, happy life. Congratulations, though, obviously, in advance. But, dude, it's good to hear. It's good to hear. Very nice. Very nice. Cool. Hey, you know what? That right there, I think, is the perfect way to end this particular stream. With the great news that Bry Guy is getting married. I like it. I like it a lot. Hey, everybody in the chat, everybody everywhere, hit up Bry Guy. Let's get some congratulations on his engagement and everything, even though it's been for 5 months. So let's get that going. Let's get some good vibes for Brian, right? Hell yeah. Wedding in a year. Try to convince her for a Gunpla themed one. Oh, good luck with that, dude. Good luck with that. Holy shit. If you actually if it actually happens, I want pictures. I gotta see it. I gotta see it. I will share it to the world and we will praise your name. If you can do it. If you can do it. Hell yeah. Challenge. The gauntlet has been dropped. Oh, look at you guys. Congrats, Brian. Congrats. You're even getting them from Facebook, Brian. Look at you. Nice. I like it. Mecha Army. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Great way to end a stream. Great way to end the stream. I think so. All right, you guys. Hey, real quick. I think we did a cool demo earlier. If you know people that are on the fence about buying, or if you were on the fence and if you missed the demo, rewind this one back because I think you will definitely see the massive quality of the Mecha Decals is just infinitely good. Please go watch that. And if you have anybody, if you know anyone that are interested in them but may be on the fence, share this live stream with them in any way, shape, or form that you can. If you know a group that is interested in them, feel free to share it. These decals are legit. Legit. We went to the best printers in the world, and for my money, I think we got the best decals in the world. Yeah. Yeah. I truly believe that. So, Love it. If you guys are interested in one of these cool-ass Chowder Mecha shirts, man, go hit up www.chowdermecha.com. Hit the store button up at the top. You will see shirts, you will see hats, you will see bags, and you will see other cool stuff on there. Go get you some. Also, if you are interested in any of the tools and stuff that I normally use on a regular basis, maybe not tonight, Lynx53, 5 raid, whoop whoop. Thank you, Lynx. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for everybody in the raid. What's up? Raid. Nice. Dude, you guys are coming in right at the end, though. You guys are coming in right at the end. We demoed... Okay, so for those of you that are coming in on the raid, right? We demoed the Mecha Decal 001W. If you have not gotten these, and if you haven't seen the demo, I strongly suggest you rewind this stream on whatever platform suits your fancy, whether it be Twitch, whether it be YouTube, whether it be Facebook. I strongly suggest you go back and you watch that demo, because that will show you the quality of the decals. We even set them up against high-Q decals. Spoiler alert, ours are better. But if you don't believe me, go watch it for yourself and you'll see. You'll go see, right? But with that being said, go pick up your copy of Mecha Decals today, right down here at our good friends USA Gundam Store. It's the only place you can get them. $8.99 for the sheet. We will be doing other colors. We will be doing other scales very, very soon. Simply because you guys are buying the shit out of them. So, thank you. Thank you. You guys made that possible. So, with that being said, guys coming in from the raid, thank you. Appreciate it, Corey and everybody. Corey, I gave you a shout out today because I think you noticed on Instagram, but I got these today. Thank you, buddy. I'm gonna send yours out very, very soon. I got a bunch of them to send out, so I'm kind of slacking on those. So don't worry, you'll get a bunch of mine, and I think you'll be real happy with them. So anyway, you guys, Mecha Army represent. I will see you on Wednesday. So, until then, you guys take care. Go build something cool. Be safe out there. And we'll see you then. Bye, guys.